Are you ready for this hack? I know you're ready for this hack. Hey, we are chilling at home because here at the Speckled Cactus because we have a teacher development day. I don't really know what quite they're doing over there at the school, but the kids are home. And so I thought I would share with you guys a little word for the wise for those who maybe you don't wear, okay buddy, I'm about to make lunch. Maybe you don't wear foundation a lot, but when you do wear it, maybe you want it to last. I know I would if I want to spend money on foundation. And I get a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't wear makeup all the time, but when I do, like, I want to get the most bang for my buck. Yes, girl. Yes, you should. So say hey, let me know if you're on, let me know if it's beautiful outside. We enjoyed so much beautiful vitamin D time. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and tell you is you want a good moisturizer. If you already have one, then you know, obviously you don't need to ask me, but if you have been struggling with a really good one that's suited for your specific skin, you've just been getting it off the counter, it's not doing what you want it to do, your skin's feeling tight, or the opposite, it's super oily and something's not working for it, then just say skincare quiz and I'll send you a free recommendation. You'll get it on sale with this Daphne's Steel bundle. You'll get $20 off of it. Hey! You just happened to pick up your phone and went live. Wait, are you live now? How are you talking to me and being live? I'm not understanding it. Or you just said I happen to be live when you picked up the phone. Alright, so we do definitely want to let whatever moisturizer you use. And for me, I kind of use a combo. I use an oil control, a hydrating, and a brightening one. And so what that's going to do is take care of my combo skin. Again, if you have dry skin, maturing skin, it's going to be a little different. I can give you recommendations. I definitely do the Environmental Shield Booster. Yes, Natalie. And especially when we get closer to springtime, you have a lot of pollen. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but the pollen causes a lot of inflammation in your skin, in your passages, and so if you get a environmental booster, that is going to help protect you from a lot of inflammation and stuff that your face would tend to puff up. So definitely. And we have a puffiness booster too, so it's just so good, like all the combinations of things that you can get. And I could go forever. Oh, I went live. Okay, I'm about to make lunch because like everybody acts like they're starving when they're up in the Caldwell house because they're home instead of at school. I don't get it. They don't eat at school, but they eat 5 million times at home. I don't know. All right, so first thing, moisturizer, give it a couple minutes to sit on your face, to soak into the pores, to do what actually it needs to do. Second of all, even if you have maturing skin, you're going to go ahead and choose, I wouldn't say get the priming and setting powder. Now, all of this is going to be a part of the Flawless 4. That means you can get it for up to 30% off. You're going to get automatically put into my giveaway for the free tanning drops, or your choice of the body cream. They're super hydrating. It's going to help you transition into that nice natural glow as you get into the summertime and the spring break. If you say March Madness, you'll anything that you purchase this month, you'll get automatically added in for a free mascara. So I have lots of giveaways going on, and with these 4 products, you're going to notice a difference with the longevity. I can't ever say that right. Longevity of how your foundation is going to stay on all day, even if it's just really natural and you don't want to add a lot of makeup, and it's not going to crease as much. Okay. Now, if you're sweating a lot, you want to kind of like dab your face. I always get like a little blotter or like a tissue to bring with me. But what you're going to do instead of putting on your primer first, and I've talked about this a little bit before, and some people are so nervous about doing this, but I promise it's going to work. So what this does is it takes your translucent setting powder. You're going to get your translucent setting powder. You're going to get your setting spray. I prefer the Prime and Mist. It does a little bit of extra to hold it. We're going to use the Touch Liquid Serum Skincare Foundation today because it's nice and moisturizing and more natural and warms up to your face. And we're going to use, for me, the Mattifying Face Primer. You can use hydrating if you're more dry, just say dry face. So we're just going to take a very light amount on our powder concealer brush. And we're just going to dust that all over our face. What that does is it adheres to the moisturizer without being tacky or sticky on your face. It creates a nice little, very soft, finely milled extra layer of protection here. It kind of smooths out the canvas, and you know, with your pores you have a lot of divots, you have a lot of things that your primer is going to help with, but this is just going to give you something really nice and flat to apply on, just like you were putting on a transition base on your eyeshadow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go back and watch that tutorial. I am starting to, by the way, if you missed out and you are catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay and say hashtag cactus if you shared this out, so you can also get extra entries into the giveaway. I'm ready to give out all kinds of things this month. All right, so we put on the powder. As you can tell, it's not like foundation powder. It's not going to be cakey. It's not going to sit. You're not going to see the little granules all over your face. That is what it's supposed to do. Thank you. That's what setting powder does. Next, we're going to take our prime and setting mist. Number one, it gives us an extra layer of a primer to hold on, and number two, it kind of just takes that layer that we just put on and it kind of like builds it up. Okay, I suck at explaining things until I get excited about it, so if you hear me talking extra fast and you need to slow this down, or you don't get on Facebook as much, I am adding these to my YouTube channel. You can go to thespeckedcactus.com and check that out. Yesterday's tutorial is in there. All right, so after we do that and we allow that nice mist to kind of settle on our face, we are going to use our primer, and you don't need a lot. You are going to remove your hair that keeps sticking to your face like mine does. You're going to just tap it nicely all over your face. This is going to get those areas that maybe you have a struggle with on coverage, listening, but also cleaning. It's okay. At least you're cleaning. I'm gonna have to clean while I'm making lunch, and that is so counterproductive, ain't it? Say hey if you're hopping on. Just let me know how your day is going. If you find this super helpful later when you're putting on, make sure and let me know. I love feedback, okay, or questions. All right, so these are the three things we've already used. It took us less than 5 minutes, so this is going to be like really good if you're on the go or don't want to do a lot. Okay, setting powder, you don't have to get a certain shade, it's translucent. Prime and set spray, and it refreshes your makeup throughout the day, feels really good and holds onto your makeup. And the mattifying face primer. Okay, got it? Good. All right, and then the last thing we're going to do is put on, and this is a TikTok hack actually. I know this sounds crazy, but it doesn't matter what kind you use, as long as you have some good products with you. I'm going to use my liquid foundation. Now this one looks slightly yellow on me because this is my summer shade. However, you're going to notice that when you decide to, if you want to add any bronzing or blush or anything to this, it's going to look really nice. I'm not going to be those kind of girls that wear, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but where your face is like super orange. It's nothing against you girls, but those are the ones that tend to be the most judgmental. They'll be like, I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't trust you, okay? No offense, you wear your makeup the way you want, but if I have a makeup line, that ain't happening. All right, so kabuki brush, my number one absolutely favorite way to apply. Do you see how much, just from putting on this top right here, from a couple of drops, has went all over my face? This by far is the biggest tip that if you can take away from it today, for my girls who have purchased the liquid new foundation, you're gonna notice that you get so much use out of this, and you do not have to use as much as the old formula. The old formula was more just only mineral based. This one has a skincare serum, so the way that it is created, it is going to give you more surface area all over your face. It is going to blend in better with your face. It's going to be super velvety. And so if you put too much on here, it's gonna look like it's too much. This is what we call like a buildable foundation, okay? Hey Kimberly, how you doing, girl? So if you get a buildable foundation, the thing that you need to know with that is you make it the coverage that you want it to be. If you go all Harry Carey and crazy and put like 5 million drops on your face like you see on TikTok where they're just like pouring it all over their face, you are gonna notice it looks too much. This is just from a couple of drops right here, and you see how much coverage we have. So this is why everybody's going crazy over it, if you use it the right way. If you use it the right way. You know, I can go ahead and not know how to drive and get into a really nice sports car and be so upset and say this is the worst product ever, and it just might be user error because I don't know how to do it. So I'm here to prevent that from you. But if you're just not crazy about it and you maybe like a different finish, a different coverage, whatever, the great thing is everything on here is, and I'm just wiping this all over my messy shirt today, everything on here is covered by a love it guarantee. And what that just means is you get 14 days to decide if you're crazy about it or not. If you're not, no questions asked. You can get your money back and have it either exchanged or just get something totally different. So that's what I love. And then our actual like just exchange policy is like a lot longer than just getting your money back. So they have a really, really, really good customer service with Unique. And you know I'm going to be trying to help a sister out too. Alright, so again, you see that this is a lot warmer than my neck, okay? Don't stress about that if you have something like that. I'm going to show you, and I shared this in my stories on my personal page about using the contour and the bronzing technique. Using these tools and your bronzers and your blush is going to help make a better more neutral look on your face instead of having like two colors. If you have maybe sun damage on your neck like I do, so it's pinker here, and then you have more of a yellow toned face. So let's get started. So at this particular point, when you look at this, you're gonna be like, oh, this is orange, because it is. But let me show you what we're gonna do. All right, so our brand new, do not fall, our brand new bronzer and or brand new highlighters are now available that were back first released from our Black Friday sale. So if you want to look at the different shades, you can totally add these into your cart too and get up to 30% off as well. I'm going to use dark because it's my favorite. Y'all saw me do this yesterday, but I like to use this. Okay, so we're first doing bronzing. Now, what you need to know about bronzing is you decide what color bronzer you want. If you're more fair, you might want to start off with a lighter color. I'm used to doing this a couple shades darker because I'm used to being on camera and showing you like the difference on how strong the contour is. But if you like it more subtle, you can go lighter than this. And you just kind of keep it right here where the top of your ear is to about right where the middle of your cheekbone is. That's only as far as you're going to go for bronzing. You're going to slightly tap a little bit here on the forehead where your temple is. Go across if you have a larger forehead. If not, just stay at the temples. Do it on the other side. This is what we call doing an E and a 3. I talked about that yesterday. If you missed out, you can also check it out on the YouTube channel under this link that I commented on here. Okay, so I add a little bit here. When I add contouring, I do a more gray look, and I'm going to show you something that we don't really talk about as much, but it is still available because I think people are so intimidated by contouring. So if you want to contour, what is great about the contour palette, it comes with your highlighter, it comes with like this 3D kind of pop reflection luminizer, and it comes with your contour. It has a couple different shades. I have this in medium, but you can get it in light and dark based on your complexion. If you're more olive toned, go darker. If you're more warm toned, go medium. And if you're more pale toned or cool toned, go light. So I use the contour brush with this one. You can totally get this with this sculpting palette. It is a part of this sale if you want to grab this instead and kind of play with it. It is a powder base for your highlighter. It's sort of a cream base for your contour, and you'll see this is more grayish than my bronzer. That's what contour is. And this is sort of a cream highlighting luminizer, and so we're going to show you some things that you can do. What's really cool is if you forget, this totally shows you how to do this. Okay, so this shows you like what you want to use for this color, and for this color. All right, so I would take this little stamping tool right here into my contour. And I'm going to kind of keep it sort of in the same area that I put my bronzer. The bronzer is more natural. The contour is going to kind of sculpt a little bit more to your face. I'm going to be a little more stronger along my jawline. And again, a little bit along my temples. If you want to do your nose, this is a good tool just to add along the sides. It doesn't matter if you accidentally go over the bridge of your nose. I'll show you how we use the highlight to kind of enhance that. Hey Gina, how you doing, girl? All right, so again, the contour is going to be a little bit more severe than a natural bronzer. Totally up to you on how you like it, but if you're looking to kind of give you a more sculpted face, this is perfect for it. If you're in low lighting, if you're on a date, things like this, it's really nice for that as well. Okay, and then you're going to take, when you contour, and just kind of run a little bit down the sides of your neck. I kind of say what I call my Adam's apple. We don't really have one, but that's sort of where to tell you to kind of put it. And this is going to help to kind of minimize that double chin if you have one, or you're just not crazy about how your chin is sculpted. A little bit under the lip, just to create a slight shadow there for a pouty look. These are kind of going to be the areas that you would normally want to contour. If you want to, you know, minimize your chin, you can kind of add a little bit more here and kind of narrow that chin out. All right, so this is the areas. I'm going to blend it out just so you can kind of see what we're doing. And the thing that you need to know is when you contour, you can't see it as well if you don't do a little bit of highlight. Highlighting can be used with a concealer. It can be used with a lighter foundation. It can be used with a highlighter. And so you kind of want the play of the light against the dark, sort of like when you're painting a house. You know, you're going to notice a room opens up more with a lighter paint. It closes in more and looks smaller with a darker. So we want to close in sort of like our cheekbones a little bit and make them appear more drawn in. Close in that nose bridge just a little bit. Close in the forehead slightly and the jaw area. I'm going to go down, not forget about this, and just kind of narrow out the neck a little bit and where the natural shadow would fall. Okay, now here you decide how you want to do your highlighter. Again, if you're a beginner, I highly recommend getting the Sculpting Trio because it comes with your highlighter and the sort of like a bronzer, so you can kind of play with it if you've always been sort of intimidated by that. I'm going to take this lighter contour brush, the flatter side, and I'm going to use what we call the highlighter. If you want a more natural highlighter, this is definitely going to be it. It's not going to be as bright white as some of the times you've seen me use it. It's more of just kind of a lighter skin toned color. But I'll show you also what the pop of the highlight does. And all I'm going to do is just kind of put that along like my nose bridge, sort of like where the corners of my eyes are, a little bit in the center of my forehead because that's kind of like where the light hits. Now that was easy, right? Like that's all I had to do. If you want it to pop out a little bit more, again, you can do a brighter color. Now here's where the highlight comes in. So I'm just going to take a little bit with my finger and I'm just going to kind of run that along the nose bridge. Now I am going to blend this out in a minute, so it's not going to be quite as strong. And it shows you even where you can put this, so you can also put this along your lips. The Cupid's bow to kind of give you a more pouty look. This is more creamy, so you don't have to put a powder on your lips like I did the other day if you prefer it to actually feel a little bit more natural. You're going to apply this right here above that line that you did all your contouring, because it's going to kind of give you a nice blend, and it's not going to be super dramatic. I am so hungry. I gotta go make lunch. All right, and then I do like to apply a little bit on my eyelids. This is like a nice, like if you're starting to kind of try to transition into that summer glow, you don't want to look too pale. This is like a nice way to kind of enhance the shadows that you created on your face. Okay, and then I just put that kabuki brush right over the top of that highlighter. It just kind of minimizes that shine. And see, I mean, I don't have any other makeup on except for my foundation bundle that I showed you guys, and this is going to help stay on all day long. And then just adding a little bit of light and dark back into my face. Y'all let me know, do you like it more stronger with a contour, or do you like it more natural like this? I really like it this way. This is like one of my favorites. And you could totally apply again to your eye to kind of contour your eye just a little bit. Just apply a little bit of that brown right over the top. If you're in a hurry, this is really, really nice. This is what I do on most days when I'm not feeling like doing anything. All right. If you have a heavy bottom lip like I do, taking a little bit of that powder on both sides will kind of bring like that in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Hottie Lip Plumper. This comes with the beauty kit that I was talking about. If you want more than just foundation and bronzer and want a better deal, this comes with the beauty kit if you say beauty. Okay, let's do our waterproof mascara, because I feel like if we're going to be doing bronzing and getting used to the heat, you definitely want something that is prepared for the Alabama heat, or wherever you are. Let me know if you're from Alabama. I am, and so I've had to learn to get the kind of mascara that is made for Alabama heat. Alright, so I love just the original Epic mascara. You can totally choose if you want to get this one or if you want to get the Twisted mascara with the beauty kit. Or you can earn this for free if you purchase any of the bundles this month. Anything that you purchase will automatically put you in for a free mascara of your choice. That's why we're calling it March Madness. We're just doing all the giveaways. Now you're going to see I got this on my lid. I don't stress about that. We're going to use a spoolie or like a little brush or something and just kind of get it right off. Right? I do like to fill in my brows because I feel like it looks too light when you start adding color to your face. So that is completely optional. We do have some very light powders that you can use, or a brow pencil that kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility. If you're in a hurry, go ahead and just take your brow powder and fill in more of the outer corner. Take your spoolie, just kind of brush up the hairs. I use a light taupe color to kind of fill in the front part so it's not as like harsh. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm gonna add a little bit of some gel here just to kind of hold it so our eyebrows don't fly off if it gets windy today. All right, let's do this side too. You ought to see how I used to do my brows when I was as a lacing specialist. It was so strong. Like, I still do them a little strong, I ain't gonna lie, but it's a lot better. I was like, oh my gosh, because it would make my forehead ridge look really strong. Hear my husband up and about. He's having to get ready for his night shift tonight. Okay, there we go. So see how it's not super dark. It's kind of like an ash brown, I would say. And again, you know, this is just extra. If you add this, you're going to get free shipping. But you can add a blush if you want to add a little bit more warmth to your face. This is supple. I highly recommend this for any age or facial shade out there. And I just like to do that because it adds just a little extra kind of warmth there. Totally use your blush for your eyeshadow. Why not? Why not? Alright, so we're done. We are done. This is a nice look. You know, you can tell you put some makeup on, but you're not trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to be all glam and go out on the model runway or anything. And it gives you just a nice, beautiful, long-lasting, non-crease look. You can take your brush if you want to and kind of lightly run that up under your eyes if you crease a lot like I do. However, you're going to notice with this little hack that we just did, you're not going to have to hardly do that. That's why I wanted to share that with y'all. So if that works for you, let me know. Feel free to share your looks. Let me know what you like the most. Or if you have any questions, just holler at me. I'll talk to you later. Don't forget to stay on point and always be sharp.